Big Ten championship, you mentioned that this could be a fun game. Penn State could certainly hang
Yeah.
with Oregon. Just take a deeper dive into this. You mentioned also that this is an opportunity for them to really have that solidified
Right.
big win on their schedule, which they
Yeah.
just didn't quite claim at Penn State during the regular season.
No, they didn't. I mean, they had the one opponent that was highly ranked. That was Ohio State, and they had them at home, and they didn't play well enough to win. They got off to an early lead. I think they were up 10-0 in that game,
Yeah.
and then kind of went to sleep after that and couldn't do anything more. So, and they're going against a team in Oregon that really has no weaknesses. I mean, offensively, they don't have any weaknesses. There's been a little issue with the right guard position, but not dramatic. So, not the same kind of O-line issues that Ohio State has faced, losing two starters, their center and their left tackle. That became evident of an issue. Not so much with Oregon. Skill guys, great. Running back is a stud. Quarterback's playing lights out. So offensively, two really good tight ends. No issues. Defensively, no apparent weaknesses on this defense. So, I mean, Penn State is going to have to play extremely well, and they've got to do a couple things to have a chance to win the game. Number one, they've got to establish their run game. All right, those two backs have to be factors in the game. Tyler Warren running the ball, Bo Pribula running the ball. They have to be effective running the football and not allow Oregon to make them one-dimensional. And I think they can do that. I do think that they can establish some running game. And then defensively, the only way to really slow Oregon down, especially with how Dylan Gabriel is playing and the decision-making that he has, is you have to get him off schedule a little bit. Now they might do it themselves with penalties, but tackles for loss, sacks, those are ways of getting them off schedule. And Penn State's really good at that. They're good at attacking the line of scrimmage. Abdul Carter, I'm not sure that Oregon has seen somebody like him yet on their schedule. So they're going to have to account for him. He had 2 sacks on Saturday. The team had 6 sacks. So they've got to get after the quarterback and make Dylan Gabriel uncomfortable. Even if they don't sack him, they have to affect him in a real positive way. And then takeaways, which Penn State is also good at, taking the ball away. So those are the ways you slow them down, create some negative plays, and if you can, take the ball away.
Will be interesting to see how that Oregon front fares in this game. I mean, they had double-digit sacks this past weekend against Washington.
Yeah.
They were wreaking havoc. And if Birch gets a little healthier, which he played a decent amount this past week after missing 4 of 6 games, now you've got Birch and Uyunglele and Caldwell and Harmon all up front. That is a difficult deal for anybody to have to worry about consistently. The other thing that you mentioned post-game the other night that I think does reign true with this, the winner here gets the bye, obviously, right, and is likely going to be the number 1 seed, if not number 2. It's either going to be Oregon at number 1 or maybe Penn State behind Texas at 2, whatever it might be, depending on how things play out. But you're going to get a bye, and the loser is going to get to host a game. It feels pretty inevitable.
It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Yeah, that's a win-win situation. I'm sure as a coach, maybe you would prefer to have that extra time, just one less game of wear and tear, one less game where you risk a guy getting injured or nicked up a little bit to where he's not 100% your next time out. But, having another home game in December is going to be pretty awesome for any of those teams that finish ranked 5 through 8 that get to host.